Self-destruct in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is Cinco Squad. Cinco Squad. Cinco Squad.
Here we are, boys. Welcome back to a Cinco Squad on a Friday the 13th, nonetheless. I got John Sawyer, red hair extraordinaire. I got Mike DeSanto, the baseball brain. And, of course, me, Pat in the Hat, the conductor of this car crash initially. We got a plethora of topics tonight, boys. We got NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, NBA awards, a little game of Would You Rather, and, of course, the fan favorite of Stomp the Squad, where the winner gets the rant of the week. But, boys, how are we doing this week?
Doing good, Pat. Doing good, Pat.
Doing
Been
good.
a long
Right.
week.
That's what we like to hear.
Long week.
Well, I'm doing a little bit better because, as everyone can see, and as everybody
It's
clearly
now
knows,
2-2.
Yeah, I just looked up, didn't see that second goal, but you know what? We're doing better now.
2-2?
That's why I was
this-
going like this.
At this moment, I'm doing fine. Now, ask me in about a minute, might not be doing so well, but we're okay.
I asked you about a minute ago, and you said,
Yeah, and I
"Don't
was
ask
not
me."
doing well.
Mike was gonna have to leave the show tonight.
Yeah,
Hey, that happens, man.
Pat, how you doing tonight?
yeah. How are you?
Oh, dude, I'm crushing it, man. I grilled out some burgers tonight. I had some Jack
Nice.
Daniels. That's what I'm sipping on. John, what are you sipping on tonight?
La agua. Some
La
water.
agua, okay.
some water, Pat. I you know me, I'm not drinking for a little bit now, so
we
right now
got
just drinking water.
3 more weeks until you join the squad with some drinks.
Possibly, yeah. I don't know yet.
Yeah, no timetable. No timetable.
We'll see. And it's not for everyone that's watching. It's not for any reason like what you're thinking. It's just I'm on a diet and I just don't feel like having any drinks or anything. I've been doing well. My wife's been a great support system. So, but Mike, what are you sipping on?
Well, before I tell you what I'm sipping on, I think we have an intruder.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Sound the bell. Sound the bell.
Sound the bell, Pat.
Hey, yo, coach, let me in, coach. Let me in, coach.
Our fourth member, JP.
Jamie P.
But
Jamie P, how we doing this week?
You got stopped
You
at a
know how Diddy
stoplight.
said, hey, I'm trying to be like Diddy, man, swimming in women with their own condominium. What's happening?
What's up, dog?
Man.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, AJ?
Are
How's
we here
that
yet?
going?
Are we here yet?
Yes, sir.
Are we here yet?
Yes, sir.
We're pushing.
What you sipping on, Corona?
You know this.
We were at
One
Mike.
classic today.
Hey,
Classic today.
Well,
I thought it was a
Mikey.
Gatorade at first.
for me, what I'm sipping on is something that, John, I think you'll be slightly familiar with for a story between us.
What's that?
It's a bottle of Not Your Father's root beer because I finally got it.
No joke, that is delicious.
I've never had
It's
it.
not
You know,
my
Mike,
father's
all
root
Mike
beer.
does is find deliciously fruity, flavorful, flavor blast, rainbow, twisted, you
Yeah.
name it.
Oh, wait till
Got it.
wait till I bust out the Lucky Charms drink.
Every week
Oh,
I'm
Jesus.
Mike, what jersey you got? What you rocking, Mike? There is a USA hockey jersey.
So
here?
we got we have a Rangers jersey that is a Ryan McDonough captain's jersey. We have
Of course.
a World Cup of Hockey USA jersey, and of course
Represent
a Mickey Mantle Yankees jersey.
the greatest. Number 7.
Number 7.
Thank you, sir.
Mickey Mantle. Yes.
So we got a lot to talk about tonight, huh, boys?
Yes, sir. We want to start with some NHL playoff talk.
Give me the juice.
Yes.
Give me the juice.
Give me the juice.
Mike, you're pushing it with the Rangers jerseys. What's going on tonight?
11:59 left in the second period, and we are currently tied 2-2. And my blood pressure is at about here.
Mike did not want to talk about hockey probably 10 minutes before we start live streaming here.
No, but now we're fine.
Now we're fine.
We just
That's
hit
why
live.
that's why I'm glad we're kicking it off. No, it's been kind of wild for hockey. A lot of series been neck and neck. Seems to me like for the first round of NHL playoffs, there seems to have been a lot of OT games, tight OT games. Usually, you'll see like kind of one-sided series in the first round, but it's been kind of crazy. I don't know, Jamie. What do you think?
I kind of noticed it last year in the playoffs because remember that Panthers Lightning series in the first round was tight, and they played Tampa probably better than any team did. I think 2 or 3 of those games went to OT. So I feel like we've been seeing this just like basketball. There's more parity. You know what I'm really impressed with? Those home fans in Calgary, boy. I do not see any part of that stadium where there's not a red jersey on. That place is rocking. Rocking, man.
Yes,
Yep.
They're pushing Dallas Star fans right out of Canada.
Yeah.
What do you see, like 2 green jerseys the
Telling
entire
you.
time?
That's it. Like if there's a Cinco amount of jerseys in there, that's a lot. Cinco squad, by the way, follow us on everything.
Squad, baby.
Good tag.
Keep
Good
it on
tag.
brand.
John, what's your
Yes,
take,
sir.
man? I know you're a big hockey guy, and you know we've been
Yes,
talking
sir.
about the amount of goals that are being scored. So
Yes, sir. So, I mean, the one good point that you've been making, Jay, every time we talk is that 5 goals seems to be the magic number for every team right now. So, if you go back through the scoreboards, score sheets and see every game, first 1 to 5 typically wins the game. So, we'll see tonight who can get the 5 goals. That's been the most impressive thing is the amount of goals that have been scored in the playoff. Usually, they're 1-0, 2-1 games. To see them score 5, 6, 7 goals, like it's crazy for me. So, that's
I think
my
that been
biggest
4
thing.
games with 7 goals. That's a lot.
Which is
4
nuts.
games with 7 goals is a lot.
Mike, when was the game when the Penguins scored like 7 goals on the Rangers?
I remember that.
It's got to be a fun memory.
Igor.
Thanks for bringing that.
Igor.
Whatever. Your team.
There's a point to this.
Igor.
There's a point to this. When was it? Like Tuesday or Wednesday?
It was like it was. Oh, the big comeback game was Saturday.
No, not for the
The
Rangers.
7 goal game I think was
That
was Saturday.
It was last week.
Yeah.
Monday.
It was last week.
Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah, it was Monday. Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Monday.
Yeah.
No,
It was a boat moving.
after
It
the
was game
first
4.
period, I was like, "Wow, this game's tight."
Yeah.
0-0, 1-1, and then second period just went off. Like 5 goals for Pittsburgh. I was like, "Wow, I don't even know what's going on."
Yeah.
This
What was it?
NHL
7-3, 7-4. We lost.
Yeah.
But we
It's
have
not even
3
just
game 7s right now, right? We got 3 game 7s right now. Tampa only needed 4 goals to force that game 7. Are we going to see more game 7s right now after tonight?
Who knows? I mean,
Well,
the Rangers are playing their butt off right now. So
I hope so. At least in this case.
Makes for good.
Because we have
makes for
3 more
good
shots,
hockey.
right? We have 1 series. We have 1 series that's 2 series that's over. We got the Blues and the Colorado Avalanche that have gone through, and we could have 6 first round series game 7s. I mean, it really adds to the fact of is the Stanley Cup the hardest cup to win? You've seen if 7 first round series go to game 7, you have to. But I mean, did one go to game 7 in the NBA? Was the Timberwolves Grizzlies the only series that went to game 7? That was it, right?
Golden State and Grizzlies are
First round.
So one period.
Dallas and Phoenix
one.
too.
Well, that's game 6 right now.
They're going to game 7, I thought.
not.
Hey, that's next segment.
Well, you talked about basketball, so I threw it in there.
So I was curious.
So many game sevens in NHL though. It's a crazy time right now. Everyone's scoring hot. Everything is going back and forth. It's fun.
Yes, sir.
Like
That's playoff hockey.
Yeah, I was curious when Jamie brought up the 6 potential game sevens we could have in the first round alone. So I looked up what's the NHL record for most game sevens in a single playoffs.
Okay,
it's 7.
Wow.
So we could have one short of the whole playoff record in one round.
Right now.
First round.
It blow. I mean, there's going to be at least 2 in the next round, so they'll blow that record away.
Sure, yeah.
Yep.
And that's crazy that you would think like
that guy Mike. I love it.
we all have our roles.
That's crazy. Like everyone thought the Panthers would sweep the Caps. You would think the Tampa Bay Lightning would take care of the Leafs, and there's some series still out there, man. Like it's fun.
I tell you what, though, Blue Jays fans are worried. 9 straight losses in series potential clinching games for the Toronto Blue Jays. That's a daunting number that will haunt any fan of that franchise right now.
Blue Jays are the Leafs,
and they're going against the 2-time defending champs that know how to win a game 7. Come on now.
Well, I don't know if the Blue Jays will be playing against the Lightning.
Did I say the Blue Jays? I'm sorry, Maple Leafs.
They're all one team.
One of those,
goaltender.
Hey, one of those teams up there.
Star goaltender.
One of those teams up there. Come on. They need Black Guerrero Jr. to beat the Lightning.
Black Guerrero taking the face off.
One of those teams in the 51st states.
Who's this Rastafari making an appearance on the ice tonight? That's Black Guerrero Jr.
What?
He majors in soccer. We don't expect him to know the hockey stuff, guys.
No,
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to get into the northerner sports. Trying.
It was a great 60-goal season by Bo Bichette. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I honestly think it's been one of the closest playoffs. I mean, I've been saying it for the NBA. I mean, I think it's been one of the closest playoffs. I always say playoff hockey is the best time of the year. I mean, I love it. I love it more than NFL playoffs. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't. I watch the NFL playoffs, but I don't watch every single game. I watch every single game in the NHL. So, for me, it's been exciting. Well, I'm a hockey guy, so I grew up playing hockey. I love watching any team play, so it don't matter.
Off the cuff question. What is your guys' favorite playoffs to watch? Is it NHL? Is it NFL? Is it something?
NHL,
MLB.
Hands down.
NHL for John, Mike?
MLB,
okay. Jamie?
March Madness, baby.
Yes, down. That's where I was going to go.
March Madness any day.
It's the perfect playoff system.
Yeah.
Perfect playoff system.
Yep. Yeah. One and done. Every game has everything on the line. That's the one for me.
Yes, sir. Mid-majors can beat any top team in the country, St. Peter's.
And we can change the subject right now. What are we talking about next, boys?
Well, speaking of basketball, I think we should talk about our new MVP.
Oh.
NBA.
Yes.
The 2-time reigning MVP, Nikolai Jokic. First of all, the guy received his award coming back home on a horse, riding sideways, on this little freaking buggy behind the horse. And my man's just trotting home to collect his MVP trophy. You got to love that, man. He's a country boy. And he's winning MVP awards.
Was back in his home country?
Yeah. Slovakia.
Was he? Yeah.
Right?
That's crazy.
Serbia. Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that? You know what's interesting about that is I think there's a lot of, and I think this brings up our topic, that we've all been talking about, is are the hats off to Jokic on a great season, but are the awards rigged? Do you feel like there could be one guy that wins it every single year? I mean, let's be realistic. I mean, before LeBron went to the Lakers, LeBron could have won it every single year based on his points, his distribution of the team, his what he meant to the Cavs and the Heat and everything like that. So do you guys feel, I'll throw it to Mike first. Mike, do you feel that the awards are rigged for popularity or whatnot?
I wouldn't necessarily say they're rigged because I think
Okay.
it tends to go to somebody that is deserving and not necessarily the most popular player.
Gotcha.
What I will say is this. I think there is a flaw at times with the voters and how they view certain awards, like this MVP. One of my thoughts, as soon as they announced that Jokic had won the MVP over like a guy like Joel Embiid, right? Who had a phenomenal season, best season of his career, stayed healthy, played, it was a beast.
So he smashed his face.
Yeah. I think what my guess would be what tipped it to Jokic over Embiid as in this MVP race and for voters was the fact that Jamal Murray did not play this year.
Yeah.
It was the fact that Embiid had a guy like Harden, at least for part of the year, and had good complementary pieces, which most of I guess you could make an argument, but I don't think there's much of an argument to say the Sixers are a better team than Nuggets, like deeper, and they have more talent around Embiid.
Yeah.
So it was the fact that the closest thing to another star player that Jokic would have on his team didn't play. So I feel like that might have kind of skewed, the view on what this MVP race was. I don't know. What do you think, Pat?
Dude, I've heard a lot of talks of Embiid should have won this, and I do agree to a certain point. It's the most valuable player to your team. You're not going to make the playoffs if Jamal Murray's not playing. If Jokic isn't playing like top level, you're not going to make the playoffs. It's almost like a Luka Doncic situation. Like no one else is on that team except Luka. So with what's his name?
Draw.
Yeah. No, not Embiid.
Jokic?
With
Jokic.
Jokic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jokic was the Denver Nuggets. He brought them to the playoffs. He had so many statistical games this year where he should have won the MVP. Embiid brought the Sixers further in the playoffs, but it's a regular season award. And Jokic deserved everything. 2 times in a row. I mean, he played offense, defense. He deserves it. I believe he should have won it. I don't believe it's rigged. Embiid had an up and down year. It's Jokic's award to lose at that point. And he showed nothing where he should have lost it.
Yeah.
But that's my point. Jamie, what do you think?
So John and I were kind of rapping about it earlier this week, and I still always get confused by what the award actually means. If the award is most valuable player to your team, then there should be one MVP per team honored every year. It means most valuable player of the National Basketball Association. And the most valuable player in the National Basketball Association per the past was normally putting his team in a position to win a championship. That changed a bit with the Russell Westbrook triple-double season when OKC was, I think, a 6 or 7 seed, just like Denver was a 6 or 7 seed. And Denver could have got swept out of the playoffs this year. So my thing is, if you're the most valuable player in the National Basketball Association, and look, hats off to him, no Jamal Murray, no MPJ, Michael Porter Jr., who was supposed to have his breakout year this season.
Right.
And that team's probably a 3 seed and Golden State's the 4, who knows, right? But you almost get swept out of the playoffs, and that makes me question whether you are the most valuable player in the entire NBA. Ja won most improved. Hats off to him. No love for Devin Booker and the Suns having a franchise year in terms of regular season, right? I'm not saying Booker is MVP, right? I'm definitely not saying that. But if I had a vote, I would vote Embiid this year. It's the first season we've seen him stay healthy. He dominated his stats in terms of, it wasn't a ring of like 30 point, 15 rebound games he had for like 7, 8, 9. I think it was some ridiculous amount of games in a row where he just couldn't stop piling up the stats. And it's almost like Jokic overtook him right at the last second at the end of the season. I don't get that, because if Embiid was more valuable and seen as the player of the NBA for 61 games, okay, Jokic got his team to the finish line in the last 20 games. Why does the 20 override the 60 that Joel really proved he was the MVP. But this year was wild. They were talking Steph, and then it was like LeBron's having a career year at 37, and it was like, well, look what DeRozan's doing with the Bulls, and it's like, wait, Embiid's doing this. It's like, wait, why haven't we spoken about Giannis yet? Wait, remember this guy is the reigning MVP. It was almost like, let's juggle and see who it is. There was no clear MVP. I think that's why it fell back on Jokic, because there was no clear MVP.
What's crazy, if I could jump in real quick, is Jimmy Butler for the Miami Heat, who was a #1 seed in the East, led his team in points, rebounds, steals, assists. He led the teteam who's #1 in the East. And I'm a Celtics fan saying this.
Jimmy Buckets, baby. No love for Devin Booker. No love for Jimmy Buckets. You didn't even remember what Jokic's name was a while ago. Yeah. How is this guy the MVP?
I could find Luka and Jokic. I was like, I'm fucking this up real quick. Sorry,
So, I mean, let's be realistic. I mean, Jamie, Pat said that it's the MVP of the team. Jamie's going off of stats. If you're going off clear stats and you're going to go say, okay, who's the most stats, then Luka's the MVP this year.
Right.
Because he has 31. He averaged 31.1 points per game. He had 10.1 rebounds per game. He had 6.9 assists per game and 1.9 steals per game. So if you're going to tell me he was for the Dallas Mavericks, correct. Of course, he's going to be. Right. He's their star. Everyone has their star on their team, just like Jason Tatum's yours, Jimmy Butler's ours.
Al Horford is our star.
Yeah. Okay. Jason All right. See you later, Pat.
Hey, you know why? Hey, you know why I love your Luka, bro? I love your Luka argument because every other player has a superstar around them or an all-star, and Luka doesn't, and he can still take this team to the NBA Finals. I love
it. And that's my thing is like no one's talking about Luka. He was talked about 2 or 3 seasons ago. I think it was before the COVID year, and he was talked about. The next year he's definitely going to have MVP type season, and then this year too. It's like Luka's going to have another one. He's having an MVP type season. I think he's the most valuable player of the league. I think he's the most valuable player of his team. And if we're going to go off of Pat's and Jamie's statement, then he wins it hands down. And then let me just say the next one is Giannis with 31-1, averaging 13 rebounds a game, 6.6 assists. Mike Penguin scored.
I know. It's only ties it though.
1.3 blocks per game. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. But John. I get I agree with Jamie. Like, what are we looking at for these awards? Like, I mean, are we looking at stats? Because I mean, I think that's the only thing you can look at, right? Because if you look at, like Jamie said, if you look at MVP to the team, there should be individual awards for each team, not for the league. It's the MVP of the National Basketball Association. And are we basing it off points? I think there should be a structure. What are you basing it off of? Because if you're basing off of statistics, Luka wins it all day. He's won. And then Joel Embiid's not even in the top 10 in points.
All right.
He averaged 23 and 10, but so did Luka.
No, I thought he won the points.
Who?
Embiid?
Guys, give me 1 second here. All right. I gotta go do something. I'm gonna be out for a minute. Fine.
Sorry.
Burner. Stove burner.
No, because so that's I think that plays into what I was saying, right? Which was like all of these awards, especially MVPs in every league, are very skewed. It seems like some guys get graded on their stats, some guys get graded on team success, some guys get graded on the eye test. So like I agree with you. We need to have a structure of how do you grade MVP?
Yeah.
Is it stats? Is it just stats? Is it just the eye test? Is it just how they, get their team to the playoffs or what have you? Or is it a combination of all three? And then how do you weigh it? And to Jamie's point about like if Embiid is the man in the league and thought to be the favorite for MVP for 61 games, and then the last, stretch like 2-3 weeks of the season, Jokic turns it on, is on fire, and ends up overtaking him, is late season games being weighed more because it's like crunch time. It's the race to the playoffs. You know what I mean?
But I think you could have that argument with, like, I'm just going off. I'm looking at the NBA stats right now. You go off that for Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, Brandon Ingram, John Morant. Like you said, Jimmy Butler, Jokic is number 3 in the league. So you can go off that if you're saying that for Embiid. Like, there's so many players that are there that, could be, if you're looking at statistical. I agree 100%. And Jamie's back.
Okay, so, the 2 best players in the league, Giannis, Luka. You guys agree? 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So then why aren't one of them the MVP?
Wait, what was that again? Sorry.
The 2 best players in the league in this order right now, the 2 most valuable players, best players in the NBA right now, Giannis 1, Luka 2.
Yes.
You agree with that?
My MVP was Luka this year.
You don't?
I agree with that 100%.
I don't agree based on the NBA most valuable player is not comparable to the NBA best player. You know what I mean?
But how? Shouldn't it be that?
That's the problem.
That is the problem. Because if that was the best player, LeBron should have won since 2004 to 2015. He was the best player.
And he should have.
He should have.
So what if it's
100%?
And he should have.
But is he the most valuable to his team, which arguably he was, but where you just said Giannis and Luka, no, I think if Jokic is not on the Nuggets are not making the playoffs. They didn't have Jamal Murray.
But I think you could say that about Luka,
the Cavs go past the first round of the playoffs without LeBron? Would the Cavs even made it out of the first round?
Same with Luka.
They weren't even in the finals, bro.
No, that's the thing. He probably made the MVP in those years, though. He probably made the MVP. It's the same reason why Michael Jordan didn't win the MVP every year he played. It's MVP,
which was also BS.
Yeah,
exactly.
Won it every single year.
It is a thing. It's MVP fatigue. You can't vote for LeBron every year for MVP. You can't vote Michael Jordan. We know they're the best players. Are they the most valuable to their teams? There's a team around those guys at a certain point.
And in this case, I will say I actually think you could say it's rigged in that way, in that I don't think the league would allow one guy to win it all the time.
Because it wouldn't be an award people would focus on anyway.
Right.
I mean, let's be realistic. Kobe would have won it too. Kobe would have been in the mix in those years.
You go,
too.
Michael has hit for most of the 90s. It's Michael. Then it's Shaq or Kobe.
2000.
Then it's LeBron, and now maybe you start giving it to like Giannis or Luka.
Derrick Rose deserved his. Derrick Rose
did deserve it.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
If you go strictly best player in the league, he was still not the best player in the league.
Who?
Derrick Rose.
What?
Wait.
I still would take
season
LeBron
where he
over
won. The season where he won, bro.
What?
Dominated. They dominated that season.
He was dominating.
Whoa. I don't care if he dominated. I'm talking best player in the league, talent-wise.
He had no flaws. I mean, okay, maybe his 3-point, because LeBron wasn't shooting the ball that great from downtown either. That was it.
I'm not going stats.
Oh,
but it's not stats. You're talking about most complete player. All he had the same flaws as LeBron, which is they didn't have a great outside shot. Other than that, you couldn't stop him going to the rim, bro. You couldn't stop him.
I understand.
That is a bold statement, Mike. I love it.
James.
I do like.
Yeah, I would. That season, I would have taken Derrick over LeBron, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You know what, Mike? I agree. Matt Barnes should have won that league.
Robert Horry for president. Okay. Big shot, Bobby.
My point. Okay, fine. Which one of them made the finals that year?
Derrick Rose blew his knee out, bro. Derrick Rose blew his knee out, and that blew that chance.
Not my problem.
It is a problem because we'll never know.
Whoever made about it, bro.
I'm telling you, the
blew
Bulls
out
would
his
not
knee.
have made the finals. The Bulls would not have made the finals.
Who made the finals that year?
No, that's the thing. That's the thing.
LeBron.
It's not a playoff
LeBron.
award. It's
It's
not
not
a
a
playoff
playoff
award. It's a regular
I understand
season
that.
award.
I understand that. But if you were saying who we're going to take, I'm going to take the guy. At least working.
I
with
would have taken
hindsight now.
Rose that year, honestly, because
No.
I think Rose and the Bulls would have beaten LeBron and the Cavs that year.
Nope.
Hands
Bro,
down.
the Bulls
They
were
were.
number one
They were.
seed
Here
that
you
year.
go.
Nope.
Oh my
Pretty sure
god!
they're number one seed.
Not a chance.
Wow.
Okay,
That's
how
a
many
bull-
number, how many
an
number one
old
teams have you seen go
decrepit
down?
Cavs team versus a young and high flying Bulls team. That's a bold statement.
With an in his prime LeBron James? Yes.
We
In
gotta
his
say,
prime, LeBron James lost 2 MVPs to Steve Nash for 2 consecutive seasons.
I understand
Was
that.
Steve Nash a
Ew.
better player than LeBron James? The award
Yeah.
is
No,
weird. Bro.
that's my point.
The award is weird.
That's my point.
It's very weird.
Steve
It's
Nash
all-
won
it's
those
all-
2 awards.
Wait,
But
so
he's
you
not the
do
best
think
player
Derrick
in the league.
Rose would beat LeBron in that playoffs?
No.
Heck
No,
yeah,
no.
the Bulls would have won that championship. Hands
Yeah.
down, they would have won that
They
year.
were the
You
hottest.
get-
I
you
think
They were
gotta
the
think
hottest.
about
won
it.
that championship.
You
No,
got to
they-
think about it.
they-
Derrick
Wasn't
Rose
that-
right now, like
Because he didn't win his first
Cavs
Cavs
John Morant
championship
right
until
now.
16.
Wait. Right now, John Morant is Derrick Rose. Explosive point guard,
Agree.
leading the team,
Yes.
and look
100%.
where the Grizzlies are. Come on. I mean, the
Right.
Bulls were
He's
number
still
one
not the
seed
best
that
player in
year.
the league. Right.
He's not, but he's the best on a team that could compete for a championship.
Yep.
True.
The Bulls were a number one seed that year.
He blew out his
Derrick
knee,
Rose.
and then they got swept. I think, right?
Yeah.
Or they lost in 5. I think that year. I think.
Yeah, I think it was
But-
5.
But like the Cavs didn't win the championship that year. I mean, the Cavs lost because LeBron's
I didn't
first
say
with the
win a
Cavs.
championship. I said make it.
Their first loss with the Cavs. That was the Celtics year.
No, that was the
I believe
Mavericks
so.
year.
No, why
2011?
would you play the Cavs in the championship?
Oh, we stopped them. This is the year I'm thinking of. This is the year I'm thinking of.
2011?
2011. No, it was the year before.
2000, you're thinking of 2009-10 was when it was
Yeah.
back-to-back
Yeah,
Celtics Lakers.
yeah.
That
I
was
believe
9-10.
I believe
Hey.
that was Cavs Mavericks.
Well, it was
yeah.
8-9. It was 8-9 because LeBron went 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That was his run. So
Yeah.
Okay. So just
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was his LeBron's first Miami.
correct.
And they lost to Dallas.
they lost to Dallas in the first year. They beat
No, I don't
beat
think the Bulls
Oklahoma
would beat
City.
The Dirk fadeaway. Wait, let's give
Yeah.
Dirk some credit here. Dirk Nowitzki. Oh,
Dirk, no, this is Dirk fadeaway. But even more so, I don't think even with Derrick Rose, it might go 7, but I don't think that Bulls
Wow.
team is beating that Heat team.
That's tough because I'm a Heat fan. So I mean, I agree with
Right.
you. But I mean, like in my opinion, like I'd be rooting against that my own statement. Like, but I don't think that I didn't want to play the Bulls that year. I said that.
No, they
I
were
remember saying that to a bunch of people. I was like, they're like, "What's one team you don't want to play?" I was like, "The Bulls." And then I
you
saw
got Rose.
that Heat team
And
was
that
built for the
year,
playoffs.
Joakim Noah was a monster down in the
monster.
Yeah, bro, they were deep that year, man. They were
Yeah,
deep.
that was a tough year to play the Bulls.
Exactly.
Before
No,
the Heat.
Butler wasn't there
Clinton,
yet.
Clinton Portis. Look, the Clinton Portis we see now, he was young and more ignorant on that team. Imagine
Clinton
that
Portis?
energy. All right? Yeah.
Clinton Portis.
Clint
The running
Portis?
back?
Bobby Portis.
What's his name?
Bobby.
Bobby.
Bobby Portis, sorry.
But I don't
Man,
think
I'm
that
all
was
messed
Bobby.
up tonight. Sorry, guys.
Hold
Hey,
on. Wait a
I'm
minute.
never allowed to drink a Corona ever again on this show.
No, if anything, you're
Hold
more
on.
allowed.
Yeah. We got Clinton Portis. And we
Okay.
got the Toronto Blue
Bobby
Jays in
Portis.
Game 7.
We got the Blue Jays. Wait for my third blunder, guys, coming up in the next 10 minutes. Wait
Pat.
until I have something stupid to say once
Pat,
again.
I have a request for you.
Yeah.
What's up?
I need you to cut together all of these blunders, and then we can put it up on YouTube. Please.
And then cue Jamie
Yo.
running to the stove.
Yes.
Bro, and then the next day it's going to be like Cinco squad down to 3 members now.
Why? Because Jamie's going to Game 7 for the Blue Jays in June.
Yeah, I'm going to that Blue Jays Lightning game, guys. Can't make the next show.
Oh
It's gonna be a hell of
wow.
a game, I'm not gonna lie.
So Bobby Portis
Wait,
also wasn't
are we
on that
play-
Bulls team.
He wasn't?
No, Carlos Boozer was.
Carlos Boozer, the booze man. That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Well, first of all, don't
It's
never
hell of a
beat
mix-up,
Bobby
baby.
Portis.
you're in the
The
presence of
booze
a
man.
Tar
Oh,
Heels
mix
fan.
up.
The boozy man.
You're in the presence
Well,
of a Tar Heels fan.
disregard Boozer,
It was
come
Carlos
on.
Boozer. You're right. Yep.
Okay, so I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
So since we're talking about championships, MVPs, and everything like that, so I got a question for you. So would you guys rather win an MVP, win a championship, play for your home team for your entirety of your career, or get a $20 million paycheck contract per year? Mike, what do you think?
I'm gonna win a championship because because there's a long list of guys that have won an MVP, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's like, especially in most of the leagues, you can you can't name every MVP. There's just, or how many times they've won it and stuff like that. It's kind of it's a cool individual award, but there's something. To me, there's just something special about being one of a just set group of guys that in one particular year were the champions of that league.
Interesting.
And like, that's a legacy that can carry you forever. I mean, we've seen role players put together 14, 15-year careers in sports just out of being guys that get added to try to win a championship. Especially like, look at the NBA. Look at the veteran guys that like late in their careers, like 35 plus, just get added to play 5-6 minutes off the bench to make them a championship team.
Cue Big Shot Bob.
Yeah.
Robert Horry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, seven rings with 3 teams, I think Ori had.
Yeah.
Yep.
He went right to San Antonio when they needed him.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
Like,
really
Jamie,
good.
what do you think?
This one is so tough. I mean,
Very tough.
most people would go like, so I think this is like one of those trick questions to ask, like, would you rather take $1 million or would you take a penny a day for 30 days? And if you do the math, you get way more if you take a penny. Well, if that penny doubles up every day. So I feel like I'm going on more the accrued side of what something as prestigious as, let's say, an MVP might do for you, because now you have companies seeking you because you're the biggest name in your sport. And so now you're talking about more dollar bills outside of your said contract that you signed for. You're also talking about getting the respect of all your peers. In that one given season, every person who can vote said you were the person that was the best in the game. So you have that to pretty much brag about. Mm-hmm. I do believe there's clauses in players' contracts if they have their MVP award. I definitely don't. I can't even name a hometown hero off the top of my head right now. There was like, well, okay, LeBron, but I mean, like, to the town, Akron, Ohio, Cleveland, I get it. I mean, to the actual town itself.
Ohio's one city. You're right.
Right. So, no.
Might as well.
You're talking about home. You guys are talking about your
Ohio
hometown. So this is like someone from LA winning with the Dodgers. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? Someone from Miami winning with the Heat. Like, I can't name someone else. So like, I don't know if that's.
They wanted it to be Westbrook, but.
Yeah, but
it
goes back to the thing about hometown. It's like some things that happened with Kevin Durant. Like, they were hyping him up about, oh, well, you're going to Washington. You're definitely going to Washington. He's like, I love my childhood in the sense of like stuff, but I remember some horrible things that happened to me in Washington. I don't want to go back there and relive those memories. So no, I would not want to go play for the Wizards. That'd be one team I wouldn't want to play for. So like, sometimes it's like a hit or miss with some of these guys, and so I get you.
So what do you think? Yeah. What do you think, John?
Yeah. Well, it's tough, right? Like, exactly what you said. They're all kind of like go with each other, right? So if you win MVP, you're pretty much, on a team that could possibly win a championship. And then you have the choice if you want to go home to your hometown team and probably get a $20 million contract. For me, I want to play for my hometown team. I mean, for me, like, I obviously, like, Syracuse doesn't have a professional sport, so I wouldn't want to go play in the minors.
They do. Syracuse Stallions, shout out.
Yeah. They do?
Yeah, I mean, semi-pro.
Yeah.
It's good enough. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what it was. I was like, well, the Syracuse Stallions.
Oh yeah, they're a basketball team.
Hey,
oh, okay.
Pat, I'm trying to find some Stallions gear behind there. I'm not really seeing
nice something.
stuff going on.
When it becomes available.
Oh, shout out Syracuse Stallions. Hopefully they're doing well and they're semi-pro. But I'd like to play for my hometown team. I always rep Syracuse everywhere I go, and so for me, like my hometown is like my everything. So I think my hometown team, especially if I had the talent to play and everything in that aspect, I think it would probably be awesome to like go out in front of that crowd, have all of my family out into the crowd and friends, and my one friend, joking, have Pat out there.
I'll be there. Red hair extraordinaire.
It's like when you hear the one person saying "We love you" and it echoes. It's like, who's we?
I'll just be that out there doing
John and his fan.
Well, now that Pat will be in the crowd supporting me, I appreciate it. Pat, what are you taking?
All right, I got a twist on this, guys. I apologize. I'm gonna go home team. In my hubris, my pride will not allow me to say I will not win a championship. So I'm going to go home team, and I'm winning a championship for my home team. That's how I'm thinking.
Okay, LeBron.
Bro, none of us took the money. We all go, hey,
like this, man.
Bro, we're going to be poor till we die. None of us took the money.
Oh, dude, I'll take a $10 contract. I don't care. Whatever. I'll do part-time basketball. But the way I'm thinking is if I'm going to play for my home team, I'm not going to give not my 100%, 110, 120. I'm going to try to do everything for my home team. You guys drafted me because you wanted me. I'm going to bring a championship to wherever I'm playing, and that's my hometown. That's how I'm.
I hear that.
It's one
That's
of the
how I
same
feel
for
too.
me.
There you go.
It's one in the
Stallions.
Bro, I'll tell you what.
Stallions. Dude, I'm bringing LeBron
one
to play
pick.
for the Syracuse Stallions. Let's go.
When did that become a team, bro? Hold on, I gotta ask that question. When did that become a team? I thought you made it up.
No.
That's how I was like,
Syracuse legend DeJuan Coleman was the big get for Syracuse Stallions.
Oh, really?
Against like Rochester, guys from like Maine, Pennsylvania, like.
I didn't know that.
They're real team.
We don't have a team anymore, though.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The defunct Rochester team. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Correct myself.
Guess who, John? Guess who their head coach is?
Who?
It's Patrick Beilein. I think John Beilein's son.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Former Lemoyne fame there. Yep.
Yes. And he was the head coach at Niagara too.
Oh, wow. That's cool. That's awesome. I didn't know they had a professional team. Remember, I've been out of Syracuse for about 6 years now.
Semi-pro.
Oh, semi-pro.
They play in Liverpool High School's gymnasium.
Which is like
Bro, let me
state of
jump
the
in here
art.
real quick. Let me jump in real quick about hometown. I had the absolute honor of representing my country at the Olympics, but it was at an amateur level, right? In the Olympics, like now pros can get in and stuff like that. There used to be rules back in the day. So, and that was the most. There's never been an experience like that, and I don't know if I'll ever have another sporting experience like that ever again in my life. Like I would have ran through a wall, whatever I had to do to get on those blocks and do what I had to do to have that moment for my country more than it was for myself. You know what I mean? And the tremendous feeling of doing something for a little small island like St. Lucia where hardly anybody knows where it is on the map. So you feel like you're putting your country on the map. Had I had done really well, they were probably giving me a cow and named the street after me. And after my performance tonight, that street would have been, this dude don't know shit about sports streets.
MVP trophies and shit.
Wait. They would give you a cow? Is that like
Why
a
would
tradition?
they give you a cow?
No, I made a joke. Do you guys remember when Federer became number one in the world? Switzerland like honored him with like this cow, and like it was like a huge deal. And I'm like, wait, Switzerland is one of the richest countries in the world. Why don't they give him like a brick of gold? They give him a cow. Like, what the hell is going on?
I'm sitting here thinking, like, JB, you've told me this story 100 times. I don't remember our cow being a part of it.
No, I'm saying, bro, I needed to win. Imagine this. If I had won. No, I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding.
Walking into iHeart with your cow. Hey, this is Fred.
I would have got like an ambassador's passport, and I would have been like, whatever, like a spokesperson on behalf of the guy, like, involved in the Ministry of Sports and whatever, like, comes along with it. But they might have thrown the cow in there just in case they had to close the deal.
The way in me, LeBron James win championships for our hometown, you and Nikola Jokic getting cows on your championships, man.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're all
I was going to mention that. Actually. I was going to let Jay do the honor of doing that, but I was going to mention that Jay did swim for his country, so he knows the ultimate pride of swimming for your hometown team and everything.
Hell
so
yeah.
that's awesome. That's really awesome, Jay. But yeah, boys. I mean, I think hometown is definitely the way to go. But I'm surprised no one said $20 million contract. I know our fifth member, Trey. No. One of us did. One of us did.
One of us did.
Trey did. Trey, remember in our text, he said $20 million.
Bro, I wish we had a video right now for Trey to be like, just doing this.
It's either this, spreading money around, or just shaking his head at all of us.
Yeah.
Dumbass. As he walks into his $10 million mansion. Dumbass.
Yeah. You guys are going to give up on a mansion? Are you kidding me?
Well, so
the Earth is flat.
What everyone doesn't know is we're all in the same house because we picked our hometown team, and we're in different rooms doing the podcast.
Yeah.
We just draw straws as the best to worst audio room.
So, boys, I think it's time.
Is it time?
I think it's time. I think it's time for Stomp the Squad.
Yeah, boy.
And for everyone listening, we are taking the bell away from Pat, so don't worry.
It'll be the only episode you will have to suffer through the Pat. Pat, I live an hour away from you. I will sneak in and I will take that bell.
So,
all right, crazy boy. All you crazy cats out there, here's how it goes down. If you've been tuned in, we are now into, we should call this John's segment. I think he's won the most, but we call this segment Stump the Squad. We're going to wager we get to wager 2 or 1 points, and each member of the squad gets to try and stump each other on any random sports trivia that there is. The person with the most points in the end of this segment gets to go on a rant to take us out in another wonderful week of this podcast we call the Cinco Squad Pod. So who's going to take it away today and take us to the finish line here?
Your choice.
Who's going to ask that first question to stump? First stumper is.
I'm going number one.
Pat in the hat. Ring that bell. Ring that bell.
What do y'all? Hey!
Ring my bell.
What do we bidding?
Got Mike on a solo.
The red hair.
2.
Yeah. 1 for the baseball brain, Mike DeSanto, and 1 for Jamie Aquaman.
Nah, I bet 2.
Oh, he bit 2.
Yep.
He bit 2. All right. We all know Yankees got 27 championships.
Yes, sir.
Oh, God. My question to you guys is, who has the most championships in professional sports in North America behind the New York Yankees 27? Is it A, the Lakers, B, the Packers, C, the Canadians, or D, the Montreal? Jamie thought they defuncted to the Blue Jays, but they're the Maple Leafs still. Toronto Maple Leafs, SD.
You mean the Blue Jays?
Okay. Ooh, that's tough. I know it's not the. I know it's not the Leafs.
I know
it's not the.
I know the answer,
Packers.
so I'll go last.
I think it's. Okay. I think it's the Canadians.
C, Canadians. They have 24 titles.
Mike,
you guys think I didn't know hockey?
Are you guys locking that in?
Locked in. C, Canadians.
John, are you locking it in?
I hate you so much.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pat, you didn't stump anybody. It's the Canadians with 24.
Damn.
All
All right. Actually,
yeah, boy.
it's
That's the first time I've ever got the
it's
first question
23,
right.
Mike, but
It's 20. No,
yes,
it's 24.
I did not stump anyone.
It's
I knew it
24.
was
Last
the-
time they won
well,
was
John, you bet two, right?
1993.
I bet too.
John, you
I bet
bet
two.
two. I bet two. Mike, you bet one, right?
I bet one because I was trying to. We've all gotten the first one wrong, so I tried to-
Always. Yep.
Hey, speak for
Alright.
yourself.
I gotta.
No, you got the
elaborate
first
on
one
my
wrong.
question.
No, I know.
I gotta elaborate on my question. I had this conversation with my dad yesterday on the phone, and I was blown away that it was the Canadians. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, they won over 20 championships.
Well, if you think
Crazy.
about it, for a long time there was only 6 teams.
Yeah, so it's like the original 6 with the
And now-
Blackhawks.
You're right, they did cheat.
Ooh, that's a
Right.
good question. That's a good question.
Well, I did
teams
count. I did count the Packers in there, not Super Bowls, but also NFL champions.
NFL champions.
What are they at?
The Packers?
Yeah.
They're at
5?
13.
They're at 13.
13.
13.
Oh, you're counting
13.
pre-Super Bowl though. That's pre-Super
Yes.
Bowl.
Just NBA championships. If we're
Man,
counting
and
just,
they don't even have the most Super Bowls though.
if we're
that's
counting
crazy.
NFL championships,
No, they
and
don't.
Super Bowls, the Eagles
No,
have
Pat-
2
the-
championships.
Tom Brady has the most.
No, they
Well, as a player,
Yeah, true.
but don't the Steelers have the most? As a
Steelers.
team?
Steelers and Patriots.
Steelers and
And-
Patriots
and
are
Pats.
tied with 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super Bowl.
But Tom Brady has 7.
Yeah.
All right, Pat, who goes next?
Mr. Toronto Red Wings.
Yeah, that's what I was
We're
hoping
throwing
for.
random names out
All
there.
right. Hey.
All right, come on, Detroit
All right.
Red Wings. I'll give
All
you
right,
a real name. I'll
Pittsburgh.
give you a real name.
All right, I'm okay with that name, So listen up, This we're kind of on the theme
Sound
of
like
the
Drake.
Montreal. That's actually a great segue. All right, so 2 for John, 2 for Mike.
Wait, no, he's asking a question. Why is he
No, how
bidding?
many points you wagering?
No, are you going? You said I'm going next or Jamie?
Yeah.
Me.
you.
Toronto Red Wings.
Who's you? There's 4 yous.
Oh, okay.
Including you.
Hey,
Is this
John,
a rush hour?
John,
Where can we go to a rush hour scene? No, you.
Blue
Not you,
Red
you.
Wings.
All right, so
Why
what do you
not
got?
It's
you
about-
and me?
All right, so I think
John.
it's me, Jamie.
Yes.
All right.
What are you guys wagering?
2.
2, Mike.
2.
Okay. 2, Pat.
Yeah.
All right. So, who was the first team to join the NBA? The Sacramento Kings, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Los Angeles Lakers, or the Milwaukee Bucks?
I'm gonna go with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
I'm also gonna lock in the Bucks.
Okay, Jamie.
The Bucks were the Minneapolis Lakers. And
No, you said
the
Los
Minneapolis
Angeles.
Lakers would have moved to LA. Damn, this one's tough.
Yes,
The Bucks do have a long history as well. I'm gonna go with the Lakers.
Okay.
Oh, he started laughing. That's
Yeah.
a giveaway.
He giggled.
I'm gonna go with the Lakers.
I
a
have
giveaway.
successfully stumped the squad.
No.
Is it the Kings?
It's the Kings.
the
isn't
Kings?
it?
It's the Kings.
Ah!
Yeah, damn it.
Bastards would be the first ones.
That was my backup.
Come on.
I gotta spin around. Do my happy
All
dance.
right, so once again, John is up
James.
+2.
Come on.
Jamie's
John
at
has
0.
Kings.
I'm at 0, Pat's at -2, and Mike's at -3. I freaking knew it was the
No,
devil.
no,
Minus
no.
3.
He's at minus
Minus
1,
one.
Jamie.
Did the
Why, you
Kings
just got
wait
it-
till Chris
didn't you just
Webber
risk
joined
two?
the league?
Yeah,
He
but I
risked
had
2,
one.
but he had 1.
Sorry. Yep.
Math.
-1.
All right.
Minus
The Kings wait until Chris Webber joined the league, and they said, "All right, we're officially a part
All right,
of the
so
NBA."
Yeah.
Mike,
we've got-
your turn.
Now we've got the Toronto Blue Jays, Clinton Portis, and Bad Math. All right, gotcha. My turn.
I told you
Yeah.
guys, stay tuned for number 3 in 10 minutes. It was inevitable. It
Both of
was
10 minutes.
inevitable.
All right.
Jamie, you're still my favorite, man.
Thanks,
1 minus
Pat.
2 equals.
Hey, let's get a bell on that. Come on, Raja Bell. Hit it.
Hey, I wore Rondo for you, man. I wore Rondo.
Hey, put some deodorant on.
Yeah.
I showered
3 weeks
You
ago.
can't spell a podcast.
All right, Mickey.
All right,
What
all
you
right,
got for
Mike.
us, Mickey?
Quarter
All right,
What you
Mike.
got for us, Mickey?
All right.
Come on, Mickey. We're waiting for your question, Mickey.
Actually, that's a good transition. How many points?
Two.
Everybody two?
One.
Pat's risking one. All right.
I don't trust you, Mike.
Well, 3 of the 4 of us are Yankees fans. Who is second? We all know that Mariano Rivera holds the MLB record for most saves,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is second all time in saves for the Yankees?
Ooh.
Not all time. not all time for the whole league. The Yankees.
Yeah, I was gonna go Hoffman real quick.
Right?
I know, me too. That's why I screamed. All right, go ahead, Mike.
Wait,
Go ahead, Mike.
no. Clarify your question. What do you mean? Not
So Mariano
the
Rivera
second
obviously
most
because-
saves after Rivera. Who has the second most?
Mariano Rivera has the most saves in Yankee history
Yeah.
because he has the most saves ever.
Yeah.
In Yankee history, just as a Yankee, who has the second most?
Okay.
Dave
So-
Righetti, Aroldis Chapman, Goose Gossage, or Sparky Lyle?
I want to say Goose so bad, but he started it. He started though, and he pitched out of the bullpen.
Did he?
too. Yes.
You sure?
I don't know.
I don't like that. I go with Sparky. D.
I don't
Final
know.
answer. Lock it in.
All right, Pat goes
So-
Sparky Lyle.
So Mike, hold
Yes.
on 1 second.
Okay.
So does it have to be with the Yankees? It can't
Yes,
be
it
like
is
if
with the Yankees, Not
Sparky
in their
Lyle could be
career,
a made-up
as it-
baseball name.
wearing the pinstripes.
okay, so not if they were playing for teams before, right?
Right. Their saves with other teams would not count.
So Roldis just had a stat come up on the screen, and I'm thinking this is a trick answer because he just popped up on the screen for some reason the other day.
For saves, dude. Might be for
Yeah.
saves.
No, he popped up for saves.
Ain't
I'm-
for saves.
I want to say Roldis.
Are you locking that in?
Yeah, Roldis champion.
Okay,
Chapman.
so
Jamie
Hold
didn't
on.
lock
I
his.
haven't said my answer yet.
no. I wasn't saying anything. I was going to recap that Pat says Sparky Lyle. John says Aroldis Chapman. Jamie.
Which I did say could also be a made-up name.
It's I promise you, none of these are made up names. These are actual.
Sparky, we got a name. You got a first name like Sparky. I don't know if I can go against Sparky right now.
Right?
That's tough, man. I mean, yeah, you know what?
Actually, a baseball
I'm
player.
gonna show some love. I'm gonna show a little love for the goose. Let me go with the goose. I'll take the goose, man.
I want a
Jesus.
goose, man.
So, all right. Pat says Sparky Lyle. John says Aroldis Chapman. Jamie says Goose Gossage.
He stumped the squad.
Yes, I did because
No
it's Dave
way.
Righetti. It
Yeah,
is Dave Righetti
Damn.
yeah.
with
So 0.
224.
Jamie, what are you at? -2.
Wow. And
-2.
Mike,
By the way-
how is that compared to Mariano? Let's get a comparison here.
Well,
That's like
Dave Righetti
400
had
for
224. Mariano Rivera had 652.
Oh my God.
Wait, say that again.
And he
So
said
Righetti had 224. Mo
What's a
had
Roldis at?
Aroldis. John, you
Not
were right.
200.
This is the stat that came up. He just entered third.
Okay, so he did. That's what I was.
At-
That's what I
at
said.
one-
I literally
at
watched
one-
the game the other day. I was like, why did he pop up on the
At,
screen?
at 152. So that's what prompted me to look up who was second. And I was like, you know what? That'd be good.
all right, is Sparky
All right, let me-
a real person? Can I just get that stat for
Yes,
my
Sparky Lyle was a real person.
Okay, all right. Hey, that's a win and
Oh,
The wife has spoken.
Oh, shade,
Come on, man.
shade.
damn.
All right, so
I was
recap
in that,
real quick here. Hey, let me give my Corona mate real quick. John at -2. John at
No.
0. I'm at
Zero.
-2. Pat at -1. John at
3.
0. I'm at -2. Pat at -4. Mike's at -1.
Yeah.
Pat's at
Correct.
-3. 3. I'm doing.
You only
the math
bet
over
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he only bet
That's
one.
why I was
So-
Sparky.
I told you my
minus-
Corona mate was awesome.
Yeah,
All right,
let me
hold on. This is the first time. Wait, this is the first time that going into the final question, everybody is eligible to win if they get it right.
No, not Pat.
Not Pat. He's at -3.
Yeah. If John,
four.
if you get it wrong, you go to -4.
No, I go to minus. I'm at 0
How are you at 0?
because I got one right, and then I went, and then
I asked the question. He got it wrong, and he had bet 2, so it's 0.
All right, so John at
He went
0.
+2, nothing because he asked the question. -2.
That's
now
right.
it's, so I'm at 0. I'm keeping the
All right,
score.
so right now
You
it's
in there lying, Jamie?
only Mike. So only Mike or John. Sorry, boys, it's been a long day. Only Mike or John could win here on the final question. It's been a
We asked the guy
ridiculously
who
long day.
worked
Okay.
up until the podcast to keep the math.
All right, guys.
Sorry,
Thanks
guys.
for joining us. I
This is
appreciate
why-
it.
This is why we're a sports podcast and not a math podcast.
Yeah, this is why we're not the news. We're just sports news.
We're just sports.
By the way.
Trey is sitting back watching, saying, "Closes the door, dumbasses."
$10 million man.
Bro, I'm normally really good at numbers. I'm normally really good. John, no,
You
lie,
are,
I'm good
you
at
are,
my
you are,
numbers.
you are,
You know what?
you are.
Maybe
It's
it's one of
crazy.
Not so.
Just having a bad
God
game,
you're
guys.
here, man.
You know what this is like? You know what this is like? This is like Game 4 back in 2004 when the Yankees were trying to close out the Red Sox.
Wow.
And things just got.
Wow. What? Yeah, thank you. Anyway,
No one talked about that. No one was talking about that. No
All
one
right,
was
listen up.
talking
Man-
about that.
My
Hey,
wife better not
You
comment.
guys are gonna be.
My
Listen,
wife better
all
not
you guys
comment
better
after
get this
that.
right.
No
All
one
you
was
guys
talking
better get
about
this
that.
right. Can I make a wager here? Can I make a wager? This is
No.
a hockey question. If I stump
Okay.
the whole squad, do I get to do the rant?
No.
Sure.
no.
Come on, it's a hockey question.
You made
No.
up the
Hosting, I
rules.
say sure. Bang.
All right, here we go. Here we
Okay.
go.
Hold on. We haven't bet.
Since the
We haven't-
Stanley Cup
we haven't-
is
we
the
haven't bet.
hardest.
We haven't bet.
Mike's spinning.
Go ahead. Tell me numbers.
2.
Pat's going for 5. 1, 2, and 2. John's playing the cheap. Cheap, John. Cheap.
I'm sure for the win.
1, 2, and 2. Okay. Since we've said tonight, everybody agreed that the Stanley Cup is the hardest cup to win in all of pro sports,
Mhm.
right?
Correct.
So my question for you guys tonight is, how many total teams have won the Stanley Cup in the history of the NHL?
All right.
Is
Time to
it?
dig into my brain.
Is it A, 20, B, 22, C, 25, or D, 26?
Do I have unlimited time?
Is it A, 20, B, 22, C, 25, or D, 26?
But I have unlimited time to go through the teams.
Oh man.
20, 22,
Two.
25, 26. Choose a number, A, B, C, D.
Like, do we
20,
have time?
22.
Choose a number A, B, C, D.
Jamie, you got to do a countdown for us because we'll be here all night. Trying to
All
count.
right, you guys have 15 seconds to answer.
You gotta do a count. Floyd's
C,
number one.
C, whatever that was.
C is 25.
Yeah,
25, that's what you wanna go
right.
with?
Yeah. Some random southern teams like Carolina, Tampa won.
Carolina did win.
Get out of here.
That's what I'm saying.
Florida hasn't won.
Tampa did. Carolina did.
Hell. I'll go 22.
22.
That sounds weird, Mike. Right?
Winnipeg
22.
didn't win. Did Winnipeg win when they were earlier? Shit.
They used to when they were the Whalers.
They weren't the Whalers. Carolina
They
was
weren't-
the Whalers.
Carolina was.
was, yeah.
Shut up!
Winnipeg
Oh,
was the
Carolina.
Jets. All right.
Come on,
So
John.
the
Time's up,
20
John. Time's up. Time's up, John. Time's up. Time's up.
Do your
I'm
algebra.
gonna.
Time's up.
What was the answers again? What was the answers
20,
again?
22, 25, 26. 20,
X
22,
squared
25,
over
26.
26.
squared.
26.
26.
Oh,
Your
I
best
got
bet
it.
would have been to go with 22 because you either both of us are right or both of us are wrong.
All right, Mike.
Come on, Detroit
Strategy.
Red Wings.
This
Title.
is why you didn't make the playoffs.
All right,
Mr.
gentlemen.
Detroit Lions.
The answer is 20.
The answer is 25.
Oh, Pat got it.
I got it.
And our winner of Stump the Squad this week is.
Hold on. No. I still have -1. I'm only
Yeah,
-1.
John won.
No, Pat's at -1 and I'm at -1.
Right. Bro, you just killed my whole vibe there. I was gonna say the winner is the Boston Red Wings, and I was gonna have both of you guys pit off to see who gets to do the rant. So the winner of our Stump the Squad this week is a combination of the Boston Red Wings, and the tiebreaker this week is going to be this. True or false? If the Stanley Cup is the hardest title to win, have there been more NBA teams that have won the title or NHL teams? True or false? More NBA teams have won than NHL teams.
I can
True or
look this
false?
up because I'm not involved.
True or false? There's been more NBA teams that have won a title than NHL teams. True or false?
NBA. True.
False.
True.
False.
True.
The answer is false. 19 teams have won NBA championships. And the winner of Stump the Squad this week is none other than Jonathan Sawyer.
You gotta be
Take it
kidding.
away,
I got
John.
some really big rings, and I got some really.
All right.
Sorry.
That's his rank. Get him off screen.
Fourth
John,
time.
please cut me off.
He's gonna run
Thank
out
you.
of rants.
This is not a dance off, bro. This is a rant. It's not a dance off. Get out of here.
So, yes, my rant of the week is, and we all saw the news. Not only do us as football fans get Tom Brady next year, we get him for another 10 years when he decides to retire for a contract of $375 million over 10 years.
Yeah, getting money.
So the reason why this is my rant of the week is because it really, and I spoke with my dad about this, is ultimately it pisses me off to see this because he's taking jobs away from good, talented people who are going to school. Mike and I went to school for this, and ultimately, to see someone get paid that amount and take a job away from a kid that's worked his butt off, I think that's absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion, because I think that's just awful. For him he's already made all his money. He's made $343 million to the day of $1 million of football money. So for me personally, like, that really angered me because it's like, really, you're going to pay someone $37.5 million, and then there's a kid at SI Newhouse in Syracuse. There's a kid at Miami. There's a kid in Georgia going to school, busting their butt, trying to become a play-by-play and color commentator, and their job got exited out. So I don't like the fact that I don't like that former players are color commentators. I never have. I just think it's ridiculous because we go to school for this and pay money to go, while these guys get handed the job, have never had any experience doing it. And yes, they have had experience in the sport. I understand that, but I just think it's not fair. So that's my rant of the week.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, it's done. I'm done.
Don't we all love the NBA on TNT with Shaq and Charles and Kenny?
That's analyst.
But the
That's
guys that call the
analyst, though.
games.
That's analyst, though. That's
Okay.
not,
Okay. Well, so
that's not
okay.
play-by-play in color.
Reggie Miller calls games.
But
I
you
know.
did-
I don't
Mike
like
Jackson
it.
calls games.
I don't like it.
And the thing
Jimmy
is,
Jackson
Reggie Miller
calls
didn't call
games.
Reggie
But
Miller
they get
didn't
an
call games out of-
opportunity. Yeah, exactly, Mike. They get an opportunity. The people out of SI Newhouse, and I get they know the game like the back of their hand. I understand that. So, and I totally get it. But they're taking a job away from someone that has worked. That we go to school and do that stuff. We went to school and we were sitting on the sidelines doing games and calling different. Like, I was in the booth doing play-by-play for a soccer game when I was in college, and like, that was cool. Like, I enjoyed that, but I knew that I would never be able to do color commentating in professional sports just because of that type of thing. And for him to do he's not even doing play-by-play, which is the hardest part. He's doing color commentating. He doesn't even have to come prepared. He can just come and say whatever the heck he really wants and talk like Tony Romo does. And I like Tony Romo. I like his comments. I like the way he calls the games, but I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair because I bust my butt and then I get gypped out of for a professional athlete. Pat, go ahead.
Let me jump in. Al Michaels is the number one guy you listen to, and he's the guy who did the miracle on ice. Come on.
Yes, sir.
You got
Again.
Chris Collinsworth. You got Tony Romo. Now you got Tom Brady, who have been on the field. John Madden was the guy who led all this.
Madden was the dude. Madden was the
guys
dude.
who were on the field looking at it. They're the color guys. Now you got Mike Tirico, this generation of the announcers.
Mm-hmm.
They are the level of, we went to school for this. We got the level of this.
They worked their butt off.
You give us the on-field perspective. Tony
Yes,
Romo.
Jim Nance. Jim Nance has done
Magic
like
Ball.
everything
Jim
ever.
Nance. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Those are the guys that worked their butt off. Mike Tirico
Right.
was in like Charlotte doing sports, being a head sports anchor.
No, for
Like-
real.
Like,
But
so
you're looking at these programs like Amazon Prime, ESPN, NBC. They're gonna get the guys who went to school for it to give the generic and that's 1st and 10. They got first down.
Play
And
by
then Troy Aikman. Well, that was an X out on the screenplay, and they're gonna give you the on-field perspective. Tom Brady has seen every single defensive play on him for what, 30 years? Come on.
when he retires,
Right.
He's
But-
probably the most qualified for the job at this perspective.
No,
I
sir.
get- I
that
get
would
that.
be
And
that
I-
would be
and I-
John Gruden. Because
The-
if anybody's more of a student in the game than John Gruden, they
Yeah.
say that guy used to show up at 3 a.m. and leave at midnight. Like John Gruden was that dude after John Madden, man. That guy
There's
could
a
call a
reason
game.
people
He could
wanna
close his
listen to
eyes and
Peyton
probably
Manning.
feel what was happening.
There's a reason people want to listen to Peyton Manning, Tom Brady talk about football because they've seen everything.
I get that point.
What
I get
about
that
the
point.
great Harry Carey?
Yeah,
All
but
of
the,
us
yeah.
grew up.
Hold on, let Mike talk. Let Mike talk. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
the thing is, and maybe honestly, John, and it's just a thing where it's like maybe it's just our perspective because we were kind of in a different situation.
Right.
It's what really grinds my gears the most about it is the fact that nobody's going to get a chance. He has this job whenever he retires.
Yep.
So it's that the people that work hard aren't going to get the opportunity. We're already being told that potentially 3 years, 2-3 years before it happens.
Yeah.
So like,
and ultimately, yeah, I agree with you.
disincentive. It's a disincentive to the kids in school right now.
But at this
They're like,
point,
hey, you're not going to get the chance to get this job.
But at this point, no one's going to get a color commentating job because they're always going to go after the athlete, the ex-athlete. Because
Always.
that's who the-
Because they're a
Always.
recognizable face. People know who they are. You got to bring people in with a name, not with a degree. That's what counts.
it's gonna be about money.
$1 bills, yo.
It's just.
And speaking of money,
it's disheartening.
speaking of money, none of us took 20 mil, so we got to go work right now to make that money. So, boys and girls, thank you so much for joining Cinco Squad tonight. It's been realer than real. Gentlemen,
Yes, sir.
another awesome week, another awesome show. Remember on the bottom, it's been running across the screen the entire time here. Like, share, and subscribe to our page on YouTube, Cinco Squad Pod. We're on Facebook as well at Cinco Squad. And of course, you can catch up on Instagram. We'll be there at Cinco Squad Pod with a couple underscores in between there. You see it right there on the screen. You can see it, but if you're hearing us right now, Cinco,
Figure it out.
Cinco
Yeah,
underscore
smart
squad
people.
underscore pod.
And don't forget on Apple and Spotify, check out the show there.
Yes.
So,
Gentlemen,
thanks, boys.
let's
Have a
hope for
great
more
weekend.
game sevens in hockey. I want more game sevens. Let's go.
I want at least one more, please. All right.
All right, boys. Have a
Yeah,
great
everybody.
night. Have a good weekend. See
Let's
you
go,
next
Bolts.
week, Friday at 8.
Let's go, Bolts.
Goodbye.